You could come on this boundary and you could punch my mother in the face, and I could not hold you accountable in this court for that.
Most people in western North Carolina know Cherokee as a place to visit.
But when crime happens on the Qualla Boundary, justice follows a different set of rules.
News 13 investigative reporter Elijah Skipper has an exclusive look inside Cherokee Court.
No one wants to grow up being in handcuffs.
Samantha Bradley used to sit on the other side of Cherokee's justice system. Now she helps people the court is trying not to see again.
Qualla Boundary is near and dear to my heart because it's where I used and got sober.
Opioids, jail, treatment, relapse. For years, that was the cycle.
Yeah, I was a chronic relapser, so I would get 2 years in wellness and I would go back out.
She doesn't use that word anymore.
And now I call it a chronic overcomer.
Today, she works at Tohai Adasti, a Sunrise Community for Recovery and Wellness drop-in center in Cherokee.
And the first time I went to the courtroom after being out for all that time, I was in shock at what they're offering treatment.
That change matters because the docket here is busy. We reviewed years of Cherokee Court disposition reports. At first glance, it looks like any other rural county court docket. But when you look closer, one phrase stands out: lack of jurisdiction.
The court's own annual report shows how often that phrase matters. From 2023 through August of 2025, judges and magistrates ordered 276 criminal dismissals. 231 of them were for lack of jurisdiction. That's 84%. That doesn't mean nothing happened. It can mean this court was not allowed to keep the case.
We have community members who live on pieces of tribal land where a non-enrolled person could literally walk into their home, and there's nothing our police or our court can do to address that.
Every case that comes through these doors has to clear a legal test most county courts never face. Where did it happen? Who is accused? Who is the victim? What is the charge? And does the tribe have the power to act?
We've never had the ability to prosecute a non-enrolled person for abusing an enrolled child until VAWA 2022 passed.
2022, and even with new federal changes, Cherokee Court still runs into a hard sentencing limit.
So you could commit a homicide here, and the longest I could sentence you to is 3 years.
3 years in Cherokee Court does not mean 3 years total. In most serious cases, federal court can take over.
We have a really good working relationship with our federal partners right now that they will come in and in any of those crimes that occur that fall within the Major Crimes Act that they can prosecute. They have been prosecuting those, which means you're facing significantly more time, up to life.
The court's own data also cuts through another misconception. About 1 in 4 criminal judgments in Cherokee Court results in active incarceration. The annual report lists North Carolina's district courts at nearly the same rate.
Ultimately, what we're hindered by is the belief that we don't have the ability to be fair, and that's an antiquated belief.
But inside Cherokee Court, accountability doesn't only mean jail.
We're able to be a lot more restorative than other court systems.
You know, we see people come that are using, not using, allies.
For Samantha,
and they're just all having a good time together.
That's the difference she sees now.
I see it in their logos, I see it in their court orders. They're treating people like humans.
Enough power to hold people accountable, enough support to keep them from coming back, and enough sovereignty to decide what justice looks like on Cherokee land.
We're always having to think 7 generations ahead.
On the Qualla Boundary, Elijah Skipper, News 13.
Samantha Bradley, who you just saw in that story, says her journey with Cherokee Court has come full circle. The same judge who once sent her to jail recently approved her expungement. Now she helps others navigate the system that changed her life.